I read an article recently that pointed out that many AI music creators only listen to their own music. The article was a bit scathing. It was titled, "Nobody wants to tell me why they listen only to their own Suno swap." None of the AI creators would talk to the reporter, apparently. So he chalks up what's going on to, quote, narcissism and laziness. These are some of the quotes from the r/Suno AI subreddit. Does anyone just listen to their own music now and not even Spotify anymore? I definitely listen to my own music most of the time now. Why wouldn't I? It's an album after album of absolute bangers. Guilty as charged. It's an infectious addiction. Now, when I first heard this, I'll admit I found it a bit funny, but then I had to take a step back and think for a sec. I've mentioned in other articles that I've been a technical artist for games, proficient in writing code and doing art. What I haven't mentioned yet is that, well, because it's kind of embarrassing, I'm a Renaissance man of sorts. My artistic abilities reach far beyond just the code and art into the musical realms as well. I'm also a SoundCloud rapper. Yeah, I admit it. It's a bit of a cliche, but hearing this AI music take, I had to do an honest introspection. You see, I enjoy the process of song creation and the final result. And yes, I do too listen to my own tracks. Maybe not only my own tracks, but still, I enjoy listening to what I create. So what does this mean really? Well, firstly, I venture a guess that this isn't some sort of new phenomenon, that this behavior is probably the case for the majority of digital content creators of many types. This likely was first seeded by the false connectedness that the internet provides. That connection has always been an illusion. Let's be clear about this point. All connectedness that the internet provides is lesser than any real human-to-human connection. This brings back the idea of the SoundCloud rapper, which is labeled a cliche, a bit of a joke. This arises for several reasons, not listed in order of importance, of course. Reason 1, there are just so damn many SoundCloud rappers. Reason 2, they can be annoying, always trying to get people to listen to their music. Reason 3, they're generally thought of as producing inferior content. Having listened to other SoundCloud rappers, I can state that not all of those stereotypes are ineffably true. Some, I dare say even many SoundCloud rappers sound better than any mainstream rapper. Yeah, there are a lot of them. And yeah, promoting your music to others can be annoying. So why make yourself into a cliche or the butt of someone else's joke, is what some people would likely ask. Well, first off, in my case, I don't really care what anyone thinks. And additionally, I do it because I enjoy the process of making music. This is true for any art that I create, whether it's an image that initially appears fuzzy in my memory or lyrics that are faintly heard inside of the texture of a beat. Maybe, as uncomfortable as it is, I was only ever meant to be a cliche in the music world, and I'm okay with that. Now, just because I'm a sucky SoundCloud rapper and can honestly see the similarities with what SoundCloud rappers and AI music artists are doing, this doesn't mean that I'm on board with where the trend is headed. I'm honest in admitting that I understand where the SoundCloud rapper joke comes from. I asserted that the stereotypes are not universally true. Neither are they universally false. In fact, most things that are comedic are so because they contain at least a kernel of truth. I know that my SoundCloud raps are inferior to anything a classically trained musician can produce. In fact, in the hierarchy of creation, I would place them below my daughter playing the piano. This is because I respect the value in real work. Beyond this, if we look at what music is for the human race, the current trend is exposing a somewhat disturbing pattern. Music historically has been a mechanism for social bonding. Think of any physical music related event. It all basically boils down to the individual becoming one with the collective. The music operates as a binding medium between each individual. I will admit that there are aspects of mainstream music I could never really understand. Most pop music feels so fake and plastic, I outright reject it, while many times still wondering just why it was so popular. In reflection, I think I rejected it on the basis of purely mass appeal, opting to create my own music. I felt I was in some way elevating myself above the mindless consumer mass. But was I? If I zoom out, I have to admit I wasn't really. I was just unwittingly attaching myself to a different well-designed feedback loop and helped to prove the trend we now see incarnating in the AI music market. I say incarnating, but this feels more like metastasizing. I use cancer terms because we can see the logical result of where this all leads. Some AI founders have clearly stated they intend to meter intelligence. Meanwhile, AI artists are dreaming of how they're going to revolutionize whatever genre they're producing content in. The loops are designed cleanly for consumers to create and consume their own content, to get them on the hook, addicted to the behaviors, so that then the subscription models can be created to eternally extract value from them. This model looks to be more dystopian than the extractive one that exists currently in the platform system. This returns us to the paradox of human nature itself. Perhaps there is a segment that wishes to become passive extraction mechanisms. After all, what is any consumer but this? Those who consume mainstream content are the most pliable form of consumer. They have been even before AI existed. If they get value from the service, then who am I to judge, I guess. This is actually a proven profit model that's now being perfected to peak extraction. I see and am building a different future, a future where we see the feedback and we create the loops thoughtfully for the benefit of the true creators. Some of us will never value labor, giving in to the labor optimization algorithm wired into all of us. Some of us will value the work itself as the defining aspect of any expression, knowing that the value is intrinsically derived from being stuck in this material world, defined by that same algorithm. In these two archetypes, there's a clear loop to be seen. One feeds the collective, the other only drains it. And maybe that's the question none of us are asking while making album after album of bangers for an audience of one. What happens to a species when the oldest thing that ever bound us together becomes a game you only want to play alone?